Hello everyone, my name is Abhishek and welcome back to my channel. And today I have with me Vishwajeet, who is working as a DevOps and cloud architect in Japan. And he has very good experience in DevOps and cloud. He has transitioned his career from a DevOps engineer to architect. So we have a lot of things to learn from his experience. And I'm sure Vishwajeet also has a lot of things to say us. So yeah, before I get forward in the podcast. Vishwajit, why don't you introduce yourself to our audience?
Sure. Hello, everyone. Thank you very much, Abhishek, for having me here. And my name is Vishwajeet, and I have been working as a DevOps architect in Yokohama, Japan. And I have been in Japan since 8 years now, and I have total 12 years experience. Of course, not all the experience are in DevOps. As you know, DevOps has been picked up since the last few years.
Yes.
So I have been working in DevOps in past 5 years now. And yes, so I have various experience in working in various various projects and
Amazing.
designing different things. So yeah, looking forward to have a good chat with you and also to the
Awesome.
viewers.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Just to just to tell our viewers one more time. So these are informal DevOps and cloud podcasts where we will be discussing more about the day-to-day activities of DevOps engineers, roles and responsibilities, as well as some real-time problems that DevOps engineers face. And we will be discussing this with the DevOps engineers. And today we have Vishwajit. So, Vishwajit, basically, what are your day-to-day tasks? Because you work as an architect, right?
Right.
So,
Right.
work of DevOps engineers versus DevOps architect is quite different because you might interact with a lot more people on a day-to-day basis, and
Right.
people reach out to you for different purposes comparing to DevOps engineers. So, what is typically the work of an architect in DevOps role?
So when you are working in any organization or any module, so you are not thinking about I am DevOps engineer or I am DevOps architect first of all.
Okay,
So so it cannot be recognized like if this work is for DevOps engineer or that work is for DevOps architect. I'm
got it.
saying from the organization perspective and working in any organization, this is not in back of the mind. Never.
Hmm,
We do not have anything like what designation or what kind of role I am playing or something like that. It all depends on what requirements are there and how we can solve that. So that is a fundamental or logical answer. But yes, if you are saying like DevOps engineer versus DevOps architect, so DevOps engineer are like in a small module, if I can say, and DevOps
hmm,
architect are like the larger picture of that. Of course, DevOps architect needs to know the work of DevOps engineer also,
got it.
right? So that he can understand how the things will go when it will
Hmm,
be down the line, when it will be like to the delivery or something like that. So he or she needs to understand that what DevOps engineer will do. So that information DevOps architect should have, and
hmm,
then they can have some design kind of thing to create a product or create a design so that it will be useful for different modules or different
makes
products, you
sense.
can say.
Makes sense.
So the from that point of view, the designing part to creating part, the ideas part, like this idea or like architect can provide some ideas like this can be the better solution, that can
Hmm,
be the better
hmm,
solution. They can discuss with the team, they can discuss with the higher management, and then they can replicate those idea to the actual product. So
got it.
this is the basic difference. But from the work wise, if you are in organization, you should not, or no one should keep this in mind that this is not my task or that is not my
Hmm.
task. That is not good at all.
Got it. So now,
Yeah,
okay, let's try to understand this way. Let's say that you have bunch of DevOps engineers, okay,
right.
and they are trying to figure out how to implement a ISE solution, or they are trying to figure out how to implement the containerization solution. So
Correct.
will they approach you for asking, Vishwajit, can you suggest us some good practices, or would you be performing some proof of concepts, or what exactly is your role as an architect?
So generally we have the meetings or you can say the discussions where ideas will be discussed, or maybe weekly or as per
Got
the
it.
requirements.
Got it.
And we need to understand everyone's ideas, because anyone can give the new idea, better solution.
Hmm.
Right. So we used to work on that. We used to develop, and in some cases we used to do proof of concept. Of course,
Hmm.
when we used to target some customer or some audience to show what idea is all about. So the first will be to demonstrate the idea theoretically, or
Hmm.
just to saying it. This will be the our logic, and this will be the idea's result.
Got it.
And if it is a considerable by the person who am I requesting or saying those ideas, and then we can go with the proof of concept phases. Like if it is a larger or multiple modules included in that proof of concept, then we can go with the phase wise proof of concept,
Got it.
and can showcase our ideas. So this in all organization, I have been with different modules and projects. In all projects, this is the way to do any of the solution or any of the ideas.
Okay. So now let's jump into the real action. Can you tell us what are some kind of tasks that you perform? Probably a task that you performed recently that you remember. If you can share it at a high level, hiding all the sensitive information.
Yeah, sure. So in general way, like we have a larger cloud deployment, you can say, the larger cloud product, you can say. So
Hmm.
we have like multiple microservices, which is developed in a
Okay.
programming language
Okay.
in different platform.
Hmm.
And those microservices will not depend on each other. It will be independent microservices. So that we can deploy it one by one or whenever it is required.
Got it.
Okay, so yeah, so all the microservices will be, of course, connected with the
Hmm.
APIs or
Yes.
internal threads, and it is actually the bigger product. So when all the microservices we use to deploy it by the CI/CD, of course, we use the CI/CD tools, and like I said, Jenkins or so
Hmm.
many others tools are there. Then you have for the management, you have Jira and Confluence, you have GitLab, GitHub. So many things are there which is used in as a DevOps tools we use, and also like Azure, AWS, we have in that we can deploy as a cloud. Okay, so we need to deploy that in the cloud, and then we have the APIs. Then we need to validate those if it
Yes.
is correctly done or not. Before that, I would say like it is not direct deployment. Of course, we have the test phases, then pre-production deployment, then production deployment,
Hmm.
so that in each level it will be tested well, it will be verified well if it meets the quality assurance. So these kind of
Hmm.
activities or tasks, you can say in general terms, I would say, have been doing.
Got it. Got it. And like any example as such, like can you tell about a problem statement and which services did you use to solve that problem? Again, if you remember something recently.
Yes, so if I can say one problem statement, so sometime it is having the problem with the resource
Hmm.
load, like memory allocation or resource allocation. We have from the infrastructure perspective, when we are into the cloud, you must be knowing there are some resources you need to allocate, some memory you need
Yes.
to allocate, the CPU uses will be there, like how much it will be used. So from that perspective, when you are testing in the test environment, it is limited. You are
Yes.
occupying limited resources, right? Limited memory you are using. But when you are going to the production, you don't know.
Hmm.
Like you cannot anticipate if it will actually work or not.
Yes.
So in the production, we had some problems related to the resources. We were not knowing also the timing of the usability, right? It may be like in production also it may work, but when the users will be more, then you don't know how much resources it will be occupying, and it may the situation of crash.
Hmm.
So this happened, and we instantly got to know. So what we do is we increase the resources, we increase the instances basically. So there are multiple instances. So
Yes.
if some microservices getting more and more resources, they need more resources, more memory. So we just increase the instances and it worked perfectly. But during that time, it was very less time, and we investigated why this is happening, and we got to understand that there is a lots of API hits. There are lots of users who wants to
Yeah,
get the services, and this happened, and then the resolution was there. This happens generally. Yeah, this can happen in any module, any project, because we have faced this multiple times, and
definitely.
we cannot. Yeah. So, for an example, in a just for the viewers, everyone is watching currently World Cup, and in uh, what
Hotstar.
is that star sport, the Hotstar? Yeah.
Yeah.
So in Hotstar, 4.3, I think 43 million people were watching India versus New Zealand match when Kohli got to his 49th century. And before that, 35 million watched India versus Park. So all those are in cloud, right? So of course, Hotstar must have anticipated that, and they had built like good cloud, and so that viewers can enjoy without any outrage. So yeah, so those kind of problems happen, and the solution is, yeah, with you.
Got it. Got it. Got it. And like we were talking about anticipation, or we were talking about these things, right? Scaling,
Yeah,
anticipation.
yeah,
But
yeah.
as a DevOps architect or DevOps engineer, right? Again, you see a lot of challenges, right? Because
Right.
you work with a lot of services, you work with different kind of environments, programming languages, right? So, in your role, do you also see some challenges when you're trying to define the architecture, or when you're trying to explain the architecture? Probably DevOps engineer implements the architecture that you created. Do you see any sort of challenges there as well?
Yeah, of course, the when you start with the HLD, like high level design,
Hmm.
you need to discuss, like, what we do is we do not directly create HLD and LLD. LLD means low
Yeah,
level
low
design
level
for
design.
the viewers. Yeah. So we directly do not create HLD and LLD. We generally used to sync with DevOps engineer, developer also. We used to
Achha,
have the
okay.
discussion with developers so that they can understand what design we are making and if it is
Okay.
feasible or not. So before finalize the design, we used to have the consideration, or you can say the mini approval from the developers also. They need to check
Hmm.
if it is feasible or not. And if there is some problem, then we have to address that before finalizing the design.
Hmm.
So generally, we used to have the good communication. We used to keep everyone in sync and in loop. Also, the higher senior architect, or if there is some problem, then higher management as well, so that they
Hmm.
can understand if something is not feasible, then how the things will go. So these kind of challenges every day we used to face, and every day we need to change something to cope up with our design and the development so that it will be in sync, and then the development. Coming to your question, again, after doing all this, also there is a problem. Maybe after development it will not work, right?
Yeah.
So again come to the testing, again come to the load testing. So these things happen sometime after design, after development, the problems will occur, and we used to ready for that. And
Hmm.
generally we have some bandwidth to have the testing, the integration testing, system testing in different like environment, like I said,
Yes.
test environment or
Yes.
pre-production. So we generally have to go to the production with zero defect, or you can say the
Yeah.
like that. Yeah. So of course the
Awesome.
problem will always come. So do not need to fear about the problem. Just
Yeah.
keep targeting for the solution. It's like that only.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, see, one thing that again, usually a lot of people have concern about is, so now when you were explaining the architecture, or when we were talking about the systems, there are many components, and as a DevOps engineer, you sometimes talk to developers, you sometimes talk to the QA engineers, right? You
Right.
try to
Right.
automate as much as possible, integrate the pieces in your pipelines, right? So
correct.
looking at this, a lot of people have question that if I am a fresher, right, is DevOps the right field for me? Can I get into DevOps engineering out of my college? Is that even possible? What do you think about that?
Of course, there is no doubt about that. So DevOps currently is peaking, right?
Hmm,
So if someone is in college, it's good to get to the
hmm,
DevOps, get to familiar with the DevOps. But
hmm.
again, from where you will start. So the basics, you need to take the basic first. Like if you
Yes.
don't know programming, at least you should learn one programming language like C++ or Java, at least one programming language. And then
Python.
Python is, of course, the universal,
Yes.
right? So Python,
Yeah.
so Python will be the secondary, I would say, from the learning perspective, because if you learn harder, then you will learn Python
Okay.
easier.
Yeah.
So I
Hmm.
would suggest go for C++ or Java or .NET, whatever it is, just to have your concept clear about the programming. And while
Exactly.
doing the programming, obviously you will be familiar with GitHub, GitLab. Okay, so
Yeah.
your DevOps tool study or DevOps the flow will be
Hmm.
starting from there itself, from the GitHub, GitLab, or you can learn
Awesome.
the Jira, or so those things. So start with that. Okay, do not just ignore the programming language that I will be DevOps, so I just need to learn like Jenkins, I need to learn GitLab, and that's all. No,
Yeah.
please. So when you are in the start of career, please learn one language.
Programming
It will be
language.
very helpful. Yeah,
Yeah.
it will be very helpful for your career throughout. So
But
when,
but
yeah,
as a DevOps engineer,
mm,
like you might not be using that complex data structures, or you don't have to
correct, correct, correct.
deep
Yeah,
dive
you don't
into
have to worry.
DSA. Yeah.
Exactly. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, so just understand the language, the concept, how the things are working. So
Yes.
because when you are getting up into the ladder, you will be getting understand that how the LLD is getting created, what is the
Yes.
logic, how the
Hmm.
feasibility can be checked by the programming language, why someone is saying no, this cannot be feasible. So you need to understand, then only you will be able to
Exactly.
create good design or something like that. So that
Yeah.
is the first thing, and then you can come up with the DevOps tool. So there are lots of tools. I saw your YouTube channels also. So yeah, you have been doing great job, and
Yeah.
people can learn from that.
Yes.
Nowadays, it's all available digital. So don't
Definitely.
hesitate to get into that. Don't hesitate to study in YouTube. It's really beneficial, I would say. I have
Yeah.
also learned so many things from YouTube and
YouTube.
other digital media. So it's of course, and get into the technical articles also, like technical, and you need to understand what market is, where market is on going from the
Awesome.
DevOps perspective. See, if you are keep studying, keep reading the technical stuff, you will be getting to know what technology is coming, what
Hmm.
technology is going. Okay,
Yeah.
so before 10 years, DevOps was not there, right? Now
Hmm.
DevOps is in peak. It may be possible that after 10 years, DevOps will not be there. So, so something else will be there.
You have
So
to
you need
constantly
to,
keep evolving.
yeah,
Hmm.
constantly keep evolving. And of course, this all will be beneficial for you. So if someone has studied Java 10 years before, of
Hmm.
course, that is beneficial now also. If someone will study
Definitely.
DevOps now, 10 years, after 10 years also, it will be beneficial when
Definitely.
maybe it will be in less demand or something like that. So keep studying, keep reading the technical stuffs. That is the base thing.
Hmm.
The one person who is in college or who is just starting the technical stuff. So
Yeah.
that's
So
a good thing.
basically, what you mean to say is, yeah, it is definitely feasible for someone to join their or to start their software journey as a DevOps engineer, right? That's what you are saying.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
Okay.
correct. Of course.
And okay, so now let's say someone starts their journey as a software engineer or DevOps engineer, right? We discussed about the roadmap, how they can start their DevOps journey. Now, again, what people are more worried about is, okay, there are so many tools and technologies in DevOps. Okay,
Correct.
so what I've seen with a lot of people is that they join DevOps because someone have told them that there is no programming, or someone told them that DevOps is easy. or someone told them that,
Right.
yeah, DevOps is, something that is giving a lot of salaries, or, there is a lot of peak in your
Mm,
career if you move towards DevOps. So there are a lot of misconceptions, and they join
yeah,
DevOps. After that, they are scared that, oh, there are a lot of tools now, right?
yeah,
There are a lot of
exactly.
technologies, concepts. So,
Yeah,
uh, personally, okay, I will never suggest anyone to join DevOps because it is easy. Only join
yeah,
if you are very passionate about it, because
yeah,
this job is more critical than developers. This job
yeah,
includes lots of
yeah,
responsibilities for you, right?
correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
first let me ask, what is your take on this? Then I'll ask my next question.
So your one was like people understand that it does not need programming. That's why I
Yes.
emphasizes on the programming language.
Hmm.
So everyone who start DevOps and of course the passionate about that and wants to have the career in DevOps field, they should learn the programming like language. After that, you said like it is easy and
Hmm.
it is a high payable job.
Yes.
So
Yes.
you just need to understand why everyone paying high to the
Hmm.
DevOps. If it
Hmm.
is easy, then they should pay less, right? They
Yes.
should not pay more. So if someone is paying more, then of course it is having complex structure. Of course it is having multiple things.
Hmm.
Of course it is the company or the organization or any
Hmm.
institution has the dependability. If you will do something wrong, then it will cost them a large amount. Okay, so
Yes.
so those things you need to keep in mind, and of course it will be easier when you will learn, when you will go one by one, not at the same time. So like I said, you need to plan the things,
Hmm.
study from the scratch, like language study, then GitHub, GitLab study, then Jenkins study, CI/CD study. So go one by one, and
Yes.
then you can achieve that. Then after that, it will be easier for you, and you will not afraid of that, and do not worry about the money or do not worry about the pay package. It will come as
Yeah.
per the experience, as per the work, right?
Yeah.
So uh, yeah, so I would motivate everyone to have the go with the DevOps, of course,
Yes.
but of course learn and do not go with all the tool at once. Also choose one tool in each sections, like
Hmm.
we have build,
Yes.
test, operate, or the production, then
Hmm.
monitor. So go with each tool. Take one tool, like if you are taking Jenkins, take the Jenkins,
Yeah.
and then go, if you are taking GitLab, stick to the GitLab. Don't go to the GitHub. If you are taking GitHub, don't go to GitLab.
Hmm.
Come with the
Master one
GitHub.
tool,
So
basically.
some master one tool, yeah.
Hmm.
If you are mastering one tool, then if in some organization other tool will be there, you will quickly learn. You will learn
Yes.
in 1 week or 1 month, let's say. So that will not be a problem. The concept will be clear to you. So
Yes.
so take one tool and take very little at once,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
it will be very beneficial. And also I'd say whatever you will learn, the organization will have different things, so
Hmm.
the concept should be clear. If concept will be clear, you can work in any organization, and organization will
Perfect.
also understand these things. Like every organization has different work,
Different concepts. Yeah.
different infrastructure, different concept, different functionality,
Hmm.
different management thinking. So everything will be different everywhere. So you
Yeah.
just need to have the concept clear.
Definitely, because you touched the very right point that
Yeah,
even today, if I or Vishwajit, even if
yeah,
we try to switch to a different company, there will be a lot of unknowns, right?
correct, correct,
Because in the
exactly.
current company, we might be using a set of DevOps tools where we
Yeah,
mastered those tools. But
yeah,
when you move to a different company, what is the reason that probably Vishwajit or Abhishek could easily, switch to that role is because
yeah,
having the fundamentals clear, right?
yeah, yeah, correct, correct,
So
exactly.
that's what, as a fresher or a DevOps aspirant, you should be thinking
Yeah,
about. You need to
yeah,
make sure that your fundamentals are clear. The reason why I'm saying this is, Vishwajit, again, some people come to us and ask question that, Abhishek, I gave the interview. I cleared the interview. Luckily, I cleared the interview. But now I am afraid of joining that job because
mm,
in interview, they asked me questions on what I know. But when I looked at the job description, they have lot of different tools and I don't know that tools. So I'm thinking to drop the offer. Okay. So
Yeah.
in such cases, I keep telling people that, okay, don't think too much about it because there will be a lot of unknowns. Right?
Yeah.
Even you must have seen something like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah,
it's a great advice. Like,
yeah,
don't think too much, jump into that.
mm,
So
yeah,
you will learn, right? And also don't think about I'm using this tool and how I will use different tool
yeah,
in other organization or something like that. So everyone is new, right? Everyone,
mm,
somewhere everyone is new. When I
yes,
have started or when Abhishek has started, everyone was new in that particular project or that particular module. But after getting into that, you will learn, understand. Okay, so I would say keep going or jump into the well. Yeah, like there is a one story I can say, like
yeah,
playing like who knows playing soccer goalkeeper as a playing as a soccer goalkeeper, the person become Dhoni. So it's all
yeah, yeah,
it's all about keep going, and it's all about how much responsibility you are taking.
mm,
That one thing,
mm,
during my career, I have learned is taking the responsibility is very crucial.
mm,
So even though you are not knowing, you need to take the responsibility that I will do this thing. So
exactly.
when you are taking the responsibility, you try to learn from different modules or different person, different methods, like watching YouTube, doing this, doing that. So when you are taking responsibility, you learn quickly. So
Mm,
take responsibility. It will grow
makes
your
sense.
career to extent. So
Okay.
that is best thing.
One final question that I have is, uh, of course, after that, I'll leave it up to you if you want to give any advice to our subscribers. But one question that I have is because you're working in Japan, right? If any of the viewer subscribers are interested in applying for remote jobs in Japan, right?
Yeah.
What is the best way to do that?
So the remote job means you cannot work from India when you are in remote job in Japan organization.
No,
It is
if
restricted. Yeah.
it's not possible at all.
No, it's
Oh,
not
okay,
possible. So
okay,
if so, suppose today I was working in work from home, but I
hmm.
need to be in Japan.
Okay,
So there is a Japan labor law, you can say.
okay,
So yeah, so they are providing maybe 30 days. You can work
hmm.
from other countries or something like that, but also that
Oh,
will depend on your organization. Okay,
okay,
so that is a limitation. You cannot work from anywhere
okay, got it.
in Japanese company. But yeah, you can apply to the Japan. You can come to Japan. You can
Hmm.
apply to Japanese company. Look for the international companies who is seeking for English speaking, not seeking for directly Japanese language.
Got it.
But
Hmm.
again, if you will have the skill set, they will not look for Japanese language. They will look for English. So that is best way.
Is
And
it
through the
LinkedIn?
LinkedIn, yeah.
LinkedIn only?
Yeah,
Okay.
LinkedIn
Hmm.
is best. LinkedIn is best.
Okay.
So there is no need to worry about other media. So LinkedIn is best.
And how is the DevOps and cloud market in Japan?
Yes, so DevOps market, I would say, is behind the world in
Okay.
Japan,
Okay.
but now it is all in peak, you can say.
Okay.
So like
Okay.
yeah, so
Hmm.
before 3 years or 4 years, it was behind.
Hmm.
Now it is on peak in the DevOps. So DevOps market is of course in the future also, like next 5 years will be all good in
Awesome.
Japan market. Yeah, so DevOps market was ahead in Europe mostly, what
Hmm.
I felt, because
Hmm.
I have worked in lots of European and lots of
Hmm.
American and other parts of the world also, the
Hmm.
people. So German, French, they are quite ahead from Japan. But in Japan, the market is good in DevOps perspective.
Okay. Awesome.
And the
Oh,
same I would also I also want to add is same thing is for AIML also. So AIML,
hmm.
in fact, China, India, and America or Europe, not America but Europe, they are ahead currently from the
Awesome.
Japan. But in next, I think around 28, around those time, Japan will be in peak in AIML also.
Amazing. So
So that is
basically,
the one
Japan
perspective.
has a lot of opportunities. That's what you are trying to say,
Of course,
right?
there is a no
Yeah.
doubt about that. There is no
Hmm.
doubt about 200%. There are lots of opportunities. Yeah,
Awesome. Awesome.
yeah.
And so finally, what I would like to say is thank you so much for being here today and sharing your experience with us. It was great talking to you. And in future, I would like to do more podcasts, and hopefully we do something good for the community.
Sure, sure.
Would you like
I would
to?
love to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to join with you, and it was actually great talking with you. And it felt like we are talking. You are knowing everything, and whatever I am saying, so it's in sync actually. So
Yeah.
it's great talking to you as well. And I would love to share the generic terms, generic things, which
Sure.
is not related to our company or whatever.
Yeah.
So it will be good. And for the viewers also, just
Hmm.
keep reading, keep studying. And DevOps is good technology. You should go ahead with that. If you are thinking I should choose or not, then choose.
Choose.
It's simple. It's
Yeah.
simple. There is a no, there is a no, no,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah. I
no
also
need to
say that.
think about no choose. Yeah.
I also say
So
that
you
if
should choose.
someone
Yeah.
if someone asks
Mm.
me, is AI going to replace DevOps? Is DevOps going to be an I simply tell them that, see, there is a lot of boom in the DevOps market right now. And
Right, right.
if AI has to replace something, DevOps is going to be the last one because of the complexity that is involved. Right? That's what
Exactly,
I say.
exactly. And in DevOps also there will be lots of AI integrated. So now
Yes.
it started like in DevOps, AI is getting started to
Yes.
integrate.
Yes.
So if you are not knowing DevOps, how you will integrate AI directly, right? So
Perfect.
it's better you should start with DevOps. You
Hmm.
till the time it will come when AI will come into integration to the DevOps, you will be
Yes.
able to you will be the expert of the DevOps, and
Hmm.
then it will be your demand in the market, of course.
Yeah.
So so it's
Perfect.
better to go ahead with DevOps. It's definitely
Sure.
recommended, most recommended. Yeah.
Okay. Again, thank you so much, Vishwajeet. So see you soon later sometime.
Yeah.
Thank you
See
so
you.
much. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Bye bye.
Bye bye.